Hola estudiantes, este video es sobre el futuro y el condicional. Primero, el futuro. In English, this is like saying will plus a verb. I will run, he will walk, they will go. In Spanish, we form the future by starting with the infinitive verb and adding the future tense ending. Let's take a look at the future tense endings. Has, a, hemos, es, y han. Por ejemplo, he will run, correrá. I will go, iré. They will study. Estudiarán, etc. There are also several irregulars in the future tense. You can learn these in a couple ways. First of all, there is a song that can help us memorize. It's to the tune of Hi Ho, and it goes like this. Diré, haré, podré, pondré, saldré, tendré, vendré, querré, sabré, habrá una fiesta. Now this song has all of the verbs in the yo form, and you'll still have to apply the endings. So for example, if I wanted to say decir in the to form, I would use the dir and then add the to form ending, dirás. Or if I wanted to use poner in the nosotros, I would use the stem, pondr, and then add the ending, pondremos. So you will say, we will put. So the song gives us the verbs in the yo form, except for the last one, because you wouldn't say habré, because that doesn't make any sense. Haber, there are. So the last lyric of the song is habrá una fiesta, there will be a party. Diré, haré, podré, pondré, saldré, tendré, vendré, querré, sabré, habrá una fiesta. If you don't like using songs for memorization, we can group the verbs into a few different categories. The first category of verbs is the verbs that go, and you remove the E right before the R to get the stem. So cabr, abr, podr, quer, y saber. The second group, you take out the EC or the CE to get the stem. Dir, ar. And then the third group, you take out the E or the I and put a D in its place. Pondre, saldre, tendre, vendre. So if you don't like songs for memorization, you can group them by those three categories. Now for the conditional tense. So condicional. In English, the conditional is adding the word would in front of the verb. I would go, he would run, they would study. In Spanish, we take the infinitive verb and we add the conditional tense ending. And the conditional tense endings are the same as the imperfect tense endings. Ia, ias, ia, iamos, iais, ian. The difference between the conditional tense and the imperfect tense is we don't minus the AR, ER, and IR. We leave the infinitive verb and we add on these endings. I would go, yo iría, they would study, estudiar, ian, you would run, correrías. So at first glance, it might look like the imperfect tense, but you keep the whole verb in its infinitive, and then you add on the ending. The irregulars in the conditional are the same irregulars as the future. So I can borrow this irregular group. for the conditional irregulars. Entonces, por ejemplo, si quiero decir he would know, él sabría. Or we would have, tendríamos. Now for your check for understanding, I want you to conjugate the following four verbs in the future tense. Hablar yo, decir tú, correr él, and nosotros, form of poder. And for the conditional, I'd like you to conjugate these four verbs: comprar in the ellos form, volver in the usted form, caber in the ella form, and tener in the yo form. So you should have hablaré, dirás, correrá, y podremos. And for conditional, you should have comprarían, volvería, cabría, y tendría. Hasta luego.